All right, everyone. Welcome to the Fresh Takes podcast. I'm Paul Russo, one of the hosts. And alongside me, this man has his name on the pod, Nicky Fresh, Nick Felice. Nick, how's it going?
What's going on there, Paul?
Oh, another day. We are here on the inaugural voyage, the first edition of the pod.
Not gonna lie, I'm a tad nervous.
It's all right. Just you gotta gotta let flow naturally. That's a key thing here when you're doing a podcast like this.
I do appreciate the name, Fresh Takes.
I think it fits quite well.
I think it does. We're here to debate.
What? All right. You all right?
Yeah. I think I just choked.
A little bit of heartburn, a little indigestion, maybe some upset stomach, diarrhea.
No, I think we're off to a rough start.
This is the first edition here.
I think we should give the people what they want.
I
think we should debate.
All right. Well, I think a big thing here on the podcast, and I think everyone will agree, is that there will be some debate, obviously, but at the same time, we'll do some embracing. We'll come to agree. We'll discuss. And I think more importantly here, we'll have some fun on this podcast. I think that's what the main purpose of this is.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to have some fun here, people.
So to give just some brief background on the both of us, it's safe to say that we're both pretty big sports fans on the overall.
Oh, huge.
But we're not going to just do a full-out sports podcast.
We're talking about everything.
We're going to go everywhere. A little bit of everything, culture, pop culture.
We're also going to give you our top 10s.
We'll have some top 10 lists, obviously. Some givens.
That will be on every show.
Oh, yeah. And, like I said, we're not going to be just the sports-minded. We're going to be everywhere a little bit, which I think is going to allow us to eventually, beyond 8 probably listeners off the bat, probably reach beyond
maybe
and get some more,
I think my mom might listen.
Shout out Mrs. Felice.
And we also want you to get involved, Mom.
Obviously as this goes on, hopefully if we get enough of a following, we can get some social media.
And if you leave comments
below,
below, we can keep the debate going if you want to keep it going.
That's a lot of fun, obviously, and we don't know really exactly how we'll set up a distribution of this podcast per se. I know for sure
we'll talk about a couple topics.
We'll
give you a top 10. We'll give you a final take.
Obviously, listening wise on this podcast, obviously we'll for sure start putting this up probably on YouTube.
Yep, YouTube.
YouTube. Probably link it up to our Facebooks or our social medias.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that spiel maybe at the end of the show. Let us know where you guys can follow us and find us.
We'll give you that information.
And, like I said, hopefully, once we have enough of a following, we can maybe start doing our own social media stuff for the pod specifically. And who knows, maybe one day we get to compete against the likes of Barstool.
Oh, yeah. But I think the people know who we are now. That's enough of the intros. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's do this. I'm excited. Let's do this.
Nitty-gritty, that is definitely how we're going to start our first topic. And our first topic today is HQ Trivia. If you haven't heard of HQ Trivia, it is the new hit app. It allows you to answer trivia questions on your phone. If you answer all 12 trivia questions right in a row, you could probably win $2. Maybe $250. It depends on which night. You really don't win that much money, but people just do it anyway because it is a lot of fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, they need to maybe get along their technology side, obviously.
A lot of lagging.
Maybe upgrade their technology infrastructure a little bit at this point, but
I do love my boy Scott Rogowski.
I'm not big on Scott.
Come again?
He just takes too long, man. Just get to the questions. You can go through those little bit of rules. We get it. You're the host. You don't need to remind us 12 different ways that you're the host.
That is just a savage answer, Paul. That is very savage.
Savage would be trying to destroy this man's livelihood. I don't feel like it's being savage. I mean, look at the other hosts down there. They don't go through the same nonsense.
Well, Paul, you just didn't know about cornflakes. You didn't know cornflakes was a cereal. You got that question wrong.
I definitely knew cornflakes was a cereal. What was that question?
That was Q4 of last Tuesday's edition.
I didn't play last Tuesday. I'm not going to lie. The Stugatz is a bit strong in you right now.
Stugotz.
Yep.
Don't ever say that again.
Everyone's got all this Stugotz on them.
Don't ever say I'm Stugotz.
Hey, Stugotz Army, hashtag Stugotz Army. If any of you guys out there are a part of the Army, I'm one with you. Rash them.
That was your fantasy team name, wasn't it? Stugotz
That was
Army?
Stugotz Army.
You finished, what, 3-9?
No, I finished better than you, even though you beat me twice.
I did beat him twice. I had 2 wins, both against Paul.
Just remember, we've got 3 of the 7 rings so far in our league of existence.
I had 7 kickers playing, and I still beat Paul.
All you needed was like 2 plus like a running back, and you did the one game.
That's because you...
Speaking of which, Russell Wilson, next time in week 1, next year, week 1, 2018, please get more than like 190 yards and 2 interceptions for the love of all things holy. It wasn't my best year, at least from football. Hockey and basketball, I'm still here. You have to answer. You have to anscer to Harambe and Distant Thunder.
You know, I'm still nervous. I'm still nervous.
It's all right.
I don't know why. I can't get the jitters out. I mean, what I say? Cornflakes? What was that question I said? I don't
know, but you tried.
How do you think? How is that even a question? Who says cornflakes?
You do.
That's a question. How do you think Scott, the goat Scott, would say cornflakes?
Scott ain't the goat guy. He had Bert on there the other night. You saw that, I know.
Oh, Bert.
Yeah, I'm more of an Ernie guy. Bert's a bully, man.
See, I never got into Sesame Street.
I wasn't big on him
I watched
either.
too much SpongeBob.
I like the memes that come out with Sesame Street. All right, moving on. Seamless transition as always. I want to bring up an interesting thing here before we dive into our first top 10.
That's why I said cornflakes.
That's
top
true.
10 today
That's true.
is cereal. Get ready. Top 10 cereals.
We'll get to it here, though, in a couple minutes.
Cornflakes.
Nick, I need to pose a question to you.
Okay, let's hear it, Paul.
I think it's safe to say that your favorite baseball team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, correct?
I believe it is the Houston Astros.
That's an interesting hot take. Anyway.
Or the LA Dodgers.
Okay. So, Nick is a Pirates fan.
Die-hard Pirates.
Die-hard. This man also probably is the only person I know who contemplated getting a Rob McCoviac jersey back in 2004. Anyway.
I don't even think I was alive in 2004.
That would be awkward.
Okay, moving on,
It's safe
Paul.
to say that the Pirates are in a...
We just lost 7 followers.
I know.
And we only had 2.
In a baseball... I'm a Yankees fan. And I'm going to get some hate, depending on how many listeners we get on this podcast for saying this. I was never big on Derek Jeter anyway as a player. I get that he's good. Get that he's probably, for sure, great in many of your people's eye. For sure, Hall of Fame worthy. Hall of Fame gonna get in. However, this man's already proven himself. This man needs to go back down the minor leagues as a owner and baseball operations person.
Oh, he's a hell of an owner.
Let me preface this, all right?
Traded your Carl's Dan for a bag of peanuts.
All right.
And like a small fry.
I love a good small fry.
Who doesn't? You know, I actually just had those nacho fries from Taco Bell.
How were they? I'm actually intrigued.
They're not that special. They're just a bunch of fries, but they do give you hot cheese.
But what's the seasoning though? I know they have like that seasoning on them.
Probably just salt and pepper.
Nothing to write home about.
No.
Okay. Moving on back to the topic then. It's unfortunate because as much as the Pirates haven't been great in our lifetimes, they've had, I think it's safe, some sort of ownership stability. Yeah.
Derek Jeter is overrated.
You're trying to steer away from the point here, but
he's a better owner than a player.
Okay, definitely not. We've lost some notch here, so why don't we seamlessly move on?
The point of Paul's rant here, I guess, is Derek Jeter is overrated. He is not the GOAT. Andrew McCutchen is the GOAT. He will be missed. Okay, moving on to our top 10. This is our inaugural top 10, people.
We'll throw in a sound effect.
Yeah, we need a sound effect. I mean,
some editing sound effects.
I don't really know. So here's the point of top 10. So it's a top 10. It's
pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So I'll give out my 10th, then Paul will give out his 10th, and then 9th, all the way down to 1. You get the point. And
so I'm going to grab some paper here. I
already have my list.
Nick sent me this thing here.
And if you've been
the basis of what the
if you've been really following along, you're gonna know what my number 10 is. All right. It's all. If I didn't say it's top 10 cereals. cereals with milk, I'm a 2% kind of guy. What are you?
1%.
1%.
Well, it kind of depends what's cheaper at Walmart any given day. I could be 1% or 2%.
You might be the first person I've ever heard say someone 1% milk. Usually, there's the fat-free chocolate milk.
If you're drinking skim, just drink water. Like, that's my theory behind this. Well, we're on cereal quick before we get to this top 10. Only because I've done this before. Like,
okay, yeah, let's stay on the top 10 topic.
Only if you're going in for, like, a second bowl. And I know people do this on their first bowl anyway, but I do this on, like, the second bowl if I'm wanting a second bowl.
I'm usually a 3-bowl kind of guy.
Okay.
I cannot have 1 bowl. That is impossible.
That's not what I'm really aiming for, but that's good to know. I'll remember that next time we're at a hotel for complimentary breakfast.
Okay,
and
move
you're diving deep.
on your point.
But
I got a good top 10.
I'm always usually cereal first, and then I put the milk in. But on that second bowl, do you leave the milk, dump more cereal in, then pour maybe like a little bit of milk?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I'm good to see I'm not alone on this journey.
Wait, you've heard people that do.
Yeah.
Someone finishes the milk and then pours more in.
Yeah.
I never finish the milk until the very last bowl.
But the main thing I'm wondering here is it crazy to put milk in first and then the cereal in the first place?
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
I don't know. We do it the second bowl.
We do it on the second bowl, but there's already milk in the bowl.
I know, but I've done it before with the first bowl too. And maybe it's because I like my cereal a little bit more on the crunchy side. But
do you?
Yeah. Well, it kind of depends. The cereal, like Captain Crunch, you need to before it destroys the roof of your mouth. You need to like soften up a little bit.
That shit is hard.
So
hard.
So
Frosted Flakes, I love them saggy. Nice and saggy.
Other than that, though, like if I mean like Cocoa Pebbles, I like them a little bit harder.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, maybe you'll see that on the list.
Okay, let's get to the list. I'm excited.
Yeah,
we'll add another sound effect in there.
We'll edit it in.
For my top 10,
all right.
My number 10. You guessed it. It's cornflakes.
Interesting. I like cornflakes, but I don't know if they're going to be in my top 10. I'm kind of freelancing.
And that's cornflakes without the sugar. Like, people say, oh, you probably put sugar on it. No, I like cornflakes just how it is.
Let me pose this question to you quick. Isn't Frosted Flakes cornflakes with sugar put on it anyway? Like, think about it.
No, I'm not letting you ruin my childhood. Move on to your 10.
Well, speaking of child, my 10th is Kix. I'm a big Kix guy. I like Kix cereal.
I'm sorry, you have a list here? You say Trix?
No, Kix. Kix. It's a good cereal. Have you ever had Kix?
Nah, I have to look that up.
Wait a second. Hold on. As a kid, you're telling me...
How do you even spell Kix?
Kix. This is really making for a great podcast. Eventually, we're thinking about...
Paul, the Kix is an American glam metal band.
It says right there, Kix cereal. Learn about Big G cereals. In case you guys are wondering, eventually we're probably going to add in some video to this. Look us up on social media.
Ooh, dude.
Uh-oh, Nick might have to revise his list. He dissed. Oh, no. I'm doing my list now. You have to go with that.
Okay, honorable mention, Honey Nut Cheerios. Crap, I didn't even realize there's this many Cheerios. Honey Nut. So, Kix is your 10.
Kix,
all right,
I was a big Kix kid. I still am a Kix kid, deep down.
But they're 10th.
Yeah.
This is like... I mean, how many different kinds of cereals have you had in the last year? You definitely have not had 10.
In the last year?
I mean, I typically have maybe cereal once every 2 weeks.
I'm willing to bet I probably had at least 10 in the past year.
I do have my streaks, though, where I do have a lot of cereal.
In the Russo household, we're big cereal people. Yeah. It's just quick and easy still.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, number 9 on my list, Lucky Charms.
All right. I like Lucky. Lucky Charms I do like. I've always been the opposite. I know people love the marshmallows. Sometimes I just can't do the marshmallows. They're weird. They're like stale. And then they brought out the whole box full of marshmallows.
The marshmallow is
Why do you want to do that to yourself?
The marshmallows are the best part, Paul.
I don't know about that, man.
All right, get to your number 9.
My number 9, Wheaties. I do like Wheaties.
Okay,
I
Bruce
like
Jenner.
Wheaties. Oh, it's Caitlyn. Duh.
You know, I just saw a box of Wheaties the other day.
Really?
And I didn't know if that was still a thing. Jordan Spieth is on the Wheaties box.
Oh, yeah. They're still on it. Fun fact, actually, Shaq turned down Wheaties twice to be on the box. Yep.
Wow. That is a fun fact. We have like a nice special sound effect every time.
More
More
editing sound effects.
We're working on our stuff here. Okay, number 8 for me is Cookie Crisp.
Oh, that's solid.
You know, that... I think
Cookie Crisps are good, man.
I think that should be up higher in my list, to be honest with you. But it's number 8 on my list. And I love the commercials.
I saw a Cookie Crisp commercial about a couple months ago, I remember. I mean, it's still the basic, like, insane wolf chasing down Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, you can't really change the character.
No.
Unless you get, like, a scandal where you raped little boys and girls.
Oh, jeez.
Like Jared from Subway.
This is going down a path I don't think the pod wanted to go down its first episode.
But I think the wolf has been clean.
Let's hope.
Okay, you're number 8, Paul.
Regular Cheerios.
Okay, we're moving on to my number 7. Reese's Puffs.
Oh, that's injustice and a half right there.
You don't like Reese's Puffs?
I love Reese's Puffs.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm expecting that to be on your list, Paul.
Oh, it's going to be on my list.
I just love the chocolate.
I can't believe it's that low.
Well, to be honest, I was doing my list from 1 to 10. It was one of the last ones I thought of. You know?
On that,
I didn't really feel like moving it. But wait till you see my top 5. My top 5 is pretty nice.
All right.
Let's hear your number
I'll
7,
expect
Paul.
that. My number 7 is Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs.
I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I really am.
Shit. Honorable mention for my list,
Oh
Cocoa
my
Puffs.
It's like the third one.
Yeah, I just,
You messed up by looking up kicks.
I just wrote this list, all right? I just wrote it like 10 minutes before the podcast.
That's a lie. You wrote this probably like a week ago.
Sure.
So what am I on? Number 6, right? Yeah,
yes.
6. So this one's kind of like
no, I never said my 6.
Yeah, wait a second.
We have some technical difficulties.
Oh, no, that's right, because we were saying...
so you
I
said
was
you're
on
7.
Cocoa Puffs, yeah, so you're on 6. That's
6.
not bad.
I think it's a little overrated, but it's 6. You know, it's not top 5. Fruit Loops.
I agree with you.
It's overrated.
It is definitely an overrated... While we're at it, too, another overrated cereal I didn't like growing up. I liked it, but wasn't... People would put it on a pantheon. Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
I never...
Is that even rated?
Look, I liked Apple Jacks, don't get me wrong, but anytime I went to school afterwards, I'd be dying the first 2 hours because I had heartburn so bad after having Apple Jacks.
That's definitely something you should tell your doctor.
I haven't been to the doctor in a while.
Yeah. So you're number 6. I'm assuming it's not Apple Jacks.
No, it's not. 6 for me is kind of like a 6A and 6B type deal.
Okay.
I'm going Cocoa/Fruity Pebbles. As you can tell, I have a chocolatey side on my list. Or bland side on my list.
Oh, Cocoa Fruity Pebbles.
Cocoa/Fruity Pebbles.
So they're both fruity.
Well, they're both the Pebbles.
Okay.
It's just that I'm including...
You already said Cocoa Puffs.
I'm including them both on my list.
Fruity Pebbles are good. And Fruity Pebbles is my number 5 on my list.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I do like them, but they ain't the top.
You know, they are a solid cereal, but it's like I said, you have to get them a little bit on the harder side because once it gets soggy, it just turns into like a weird, like slurpy soup mess.
Yeah, it definitely. It's
Which
something.
leads me to my number 5.
Okay.
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
They're kind of the same deal as the...
I got another honorable mention.
Rice
Krispies. Rice Krispies.
You're just doing that because
I didn't.
You like Rice Krispie treats, though. That's why you're doing it.
I cannot lie there. Rice Krispies is really good. God, now I'm thinking about Rice Krispies.
All right,
I think I should just take Fruit Loops out of my top 10.
Get those thoughts out of your head, and let's move on to 4.
Number 4
is
for kids. It's Trix. Trix are for kids.
They fell out of my thing really fast when they switched over from the actual shapes.
You're not a kid anymore.
I understand. It doesn't mean First off, when they went to those balls, like, what the hell? I wanted the shapes. Why are you doing that to me?
Wait, they weren't all the balls.
That damn
they weren't always the balls.
Did the damn rabbit gets you, you stupid executives? Why the hell did you do that?
Easy, Paul.
I'm actually upset at this. Like, I never actually realized it until I spoke into the mic. how upset I was deep down about this.
Wait, they weren't always the balls?
No, they were the shapes. Like, you know how they had, like, the flower and, like, the crescent moon or whatever?
No, I don't remember this at all.
Really? I'm disappointed.
Let me look it up.
Oh, here we go.
I need to take off this.
Nick's gonna realize, like, once
I
again,
need to take
Google
off
searching
the-
through this, that
what
he's
is
gonna,
this?
like, you're on the General Mills website.
Oh, Kicks, that's what it is.
Just search tricks, cereal tricks, and just go to, like, Google Images, and you'll see.
I just see the balls,
Scroll yourself on down.
Right here. Okay,
Yeah,
I remember
see?
that now. Actually, wow,
The
throwback,
blasphemy.
dude. I remember this.
See what I mean?
Dude, Tricks might be up there. But I'm sticking with 4.
You better. That's your.
Let's
fucking
hear your
list.
4, Paul.
Honey Nut Cheerios, number 4.
Honey Nut. That is my honorable mention. One of them.
That's good.
It is good.
I'm with it.
I think it's healthy. Is it healthy?
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is a healthier cereal.
Mm-hmm.
It helps with your heart. I know that. Look. By the way, while I'm thinking about this here, we are not sponsored by anything yet. Do not get that idea, please. Although let me put it this way, we like money, so we would not be opposed to having some sponsors.
We are sponsored by Cuca College.
No.
We believe
we are
in what
not-
we could do
No,
together.
No, we are not sponsored by Cuca. We are not. These are non-sponsored things we're doing right now. So we have.
We are into the top
We have
3.
reached. We are into the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, what do you got?
Captain Crunch.
All right, this is solid.
Aye, Captain. I am the captain now.
Look at me.
I love Captain Crunch, and it has to be the peanut butter kind.
I respect that. I
You
definitely
do?
respect that, yeah. Although it's not my favorite Captain Crunch.
I see your Captain Crunch. I'm looking at your list right now.
You
I
cheater.
can't wait now.
You
hear
cheated.
your number 3.
My number 3 is Frosted Flakes,
Solid.
or perhaps a generic store brand
Solid. Little
flakes that are
disappointing.
frosted, as opposed to Tony the Tiger.
Frosted
You
Flakes.
have Tim, the timid jungle cat.
No, I heard you
on the
got
box.
caught with little kids.
Oh, jeez. Once again, non-sponsored, but hey, we're not going to be opposed to sponsorship. Moving on, number 2.
Number 2, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, it's a good pick.
It is a good pick.
Kind of regret not putting that on my list, but it's not top 10 worthy for me.
I love it. You know, I just got into it too, like last
Really?
year. Last year, you know, when I always saw in the commercials like Snack Crackle Pop.
Rice Krispies.
That's Rice Krispies. You know, I'm getting these mixed up.
You definitely are.
Yeah, right. So Rice Krispies is the 3
Yeah,
Stooges.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. I believe they're brothers.
Nah, I hear Crackle and Pop. They're lovers.
That'd be weird.
They must snap just watches.
Oh, sweet. I got 2 free tickets to the thing on Thursday at the casino.
But cinnamon toast crunch
Studio.
is number 2 on my list.
All right.
Let's hear your number 2, Bo.
Number 2 for me, Captain Crunch Berry. I like the Crunch
You
Berries,
can't
man.
see my face right now, but I am livid.
You aren't that livid. You understand what I'm going from here, though. Captain Crunch Berries are pretty good.
Is that the blue kind?
They're in the yellow box.
But is it the blue cereal?
They have in the box, in the cereal, you have the regular Captain Crunch, like rectangle pieces. And then you have the 3, well, actually, no, I think it's 4 now. 4 berry balls, the purple, blue, red, and green. So before we
I'm still.
Well-
I think I'm just really pissed. What the hell is Kinks?
you know what, Kicks.
Kicks.
All right, so before we move on,
Okay,
I know you.
We might have to make it like shorter.
Let's pause this really quick though for a second. I know you already have an honorable mention list that's about 10 deep already. Do you have any honorable
I
mentions?
love cereal.
I know you do. I just have to give a brief honorable mention though to Corn Pops. I'm a big Corn Pops guy too.
What the fuck is a corn pop?
You don't know what Pops are either?
Oh, Pops.
Yeah, their actual name is Corn Pops. They just market it as Pops.
Is it a Kellogg? I just love the British saying of
I'm sure.
Kellogg. Hello. Like, you know, hello, governor.
Clark Kellogg's a pretty cool guy.
Hello, Clark, governor.
All right. So before you turn away any international viewers or listeners,
Yo, if we
Editable-
ever get
editable-
one international viewer on this podcast,
editable,
I will lose it.
editable sound.
Good on, mate.
Drum roll.
Good on, mate. Paul, I really love your podcast. That top 10 of the cereal was awesome.
And now Nick's number one cereal is
Frosted Flakes.
That's
It is the GOAT. It is the LeBron James of cereals. It is the Tom Brady's of cereals, or the
Brady.
Nick Foles of cereals. It is the Michael Phelps of cereals. It is the Jared Fogle of cereals. It is the Jerry Sandusky of cereals.
Stop. This podcast is not going to get off the ground if you keep doing those names.
It is the Paul Russo of cereals.
I like that.
You do like
at
it.
The end there.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Frosted Flakes.
So my number one, Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs.
It's number 7 on my list.
It's because you're weird, man.
I mean, I'm like the AP poll. You're the coach's poll. People don't really listen to you.
I'm just giving everyone a brief heads up. I'm a Miami Heat fan for basketball, and they let Mario Hezonja get 20 points on him tonight.
I thought he only averages 3 points a game.
Yeah, the horse does better than him, man. The heck.
Well, that was our top 10 today. We're gonna have a new top 10. We might have to make it top 5. That's
we'll do
pretty
it,
long.
It's our first podcast.
We're getting better.
We'll work it. What we got next on your docket here that we can?
Oh yeah, let's see this puppy. Oh, we got some questions. Oh, wait, we have another topic. We do have another topic to get to.
Oh man,
let's just a quick topic.
Let's talk about. No. Better idea. Let's combine the topic and the question that you pose because I feel like they pretty much go hand in hand. So.
Oh, okay.
We're what? We're like a month away from Selection Sunday, give or take a couple of days, right?
Yes, I believe is on a Sunday.
That's why it's called Selection Sunday, Nick.
Anyway, to end our podcast, we're always going to do 5 questions. Top 10, 5 questions, couple topics in between, here and there.
Give or take.
We'll see
how this rolls.
So, I'm going to ask a question. You ask a question.
All right.
And then I'll ask a question, and then you ask a question, and I'll ask a question. We'll flip-flop, and then we'll do a final take, and we'll say goodnight.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, we can do this.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that at all.
Look, I just think we should be more flowing with this instead of structured, but we can...
Structure.
You know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about Selection Sunday.
So let's just combine... We'll combine the topic and the question because...
Okay,
they pretty much go
So my question 1 is... Who finishes first in the ACC men's basketball this season? I am a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan, and Paul is a Syracuse Orange fan. So the only conference that matters with us is the ACC.
I beg to differ. Well, the conference that matters to us, perhaps.
Paul, don't go on a limb. You're going to tell me you're a big Pac-12 fan.
No, but I do love me some Bill Walton. Pac-12 After Dark, yeah, that's great TV.
I like Big Brother After Dark. Anyway, so who do you think is going to finish first?
Pick a name out of a hat and kind of go with it at this point, I feel like.
I think it's going to be Virginia.
It's been let's preface it with this. It's been a terrible ACC this year. This is about as down as the ACC has been
I think
in
it's
a few
deep.
years. It's deep. I agree with you in the fact that it's deep, but it's been they're not great teams this year by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they're not the elite teams.
I don't think really, to be fair, and I hope I get proven wrong for the sake of monetary value coming back to our schools because we're in the conference, but I don't think any of these teams can make a deep run.
I disagree. I think Duke can make a deep run. I think Virginia can make a deep run. What's a deep run, in your opinion?
Final Four.
Final Four.
Yeah.
Oh.
None of them. When I say
deep
run, I actually mean you're getting to where is it this year? Indianapolis probably again because that's where it is every other year.
I feel like it's there every year.
Every other year it's like an Indy and then it's
Dallas.
And then it cycles between Houston and New Orleans. And
it's like
Phoenix.
It's
now.
like 4 cities.
Yeah.
But if you're going by your standards, deep run, the only team I see getting there is Duke.
Really? Because I feel like someone like an NC State or a Clemson might.
Clemson?
Well,
I can see NC State, but Clemson.
Here's my logic behind this. Every year you get that one like surprise team. That just kind of goes.
But I want you to say, I think that Clemson Tigers are going to go to the Final Four.
I think the Clemson Tigers are going to go to the Final Four.
He's talking about college football.
No, I'm not.
I just don't see Clemson. Not at all.
I mean, they play tough. They really do.
But we're not talking about the tournament here, Paul. The question is, who is going to win the ACC? I say Virginia, but Duke might make the longest run in the tournament.
I haven't looked at the standings because being a Cuse fan this year is about...
Cuse won tonight.
It doesn't matter.
Cuse.
It's been a rough winter. I'm going to go... Your Virginia pick ain't that bad. I mean, they're...
Well, okay, they're loving it all.
I mean,
it's such... I think they lost once. It's so bold by me to pick
such
Virginia.
a bold prediction. For the sake of being different, I'll just say NC State.
Why did you... There was a long pause there. There's only one NC State. It's NC State.
I mean, you could say NC and just mean like UNC. But
no one says, NC. I mean UNC.
People say SC for Southern Cal now.
Oh, yeah. But we're talking about NC.
I'm going to find NC State.
NC State. There
NC
we
State.
go. Paul,
moving
on. Question number 2. Anything you want to ask me in the entire
Anything?
world? Anything.
Anything.
This is anything. Like, we're not just sports here, people. We're talking about everything.
All right, anything. Anything and everything.
Your first career question.
A lot of mixed takes on this. Oh, I hear yours because you have an interesting taste in music.
Yes.
The halftime show yesterday. Good or not good?
Not good.
Good answer.
Fucking awful.
I don't know about awful, but
The last song was good.
well, obviously, I'm a big cat.
That's the song they played at my graduation.
I think it's nothing against Justin Timberlake because I think he's a very good performer overall.
Great dancer.
The issue is, I think we get to these shows now, and they have to have so much backup of pre-recorded singing in case something goes wrong that he did it all pretty much on his own yesterday, and it kind of like you could kind of tell. And they kind of like ruined it because we've been so used to that in the past few years with these performances.
Mm-hmm.
Which, hey, I give the man credit for doing that. It just didn't stand up as great in my mind.
Where was Chris Stapleton? Where was he? He was supposed to be out there. They just made a new song. I was all hyped. I'm not even a huge Chris Stapleton fan.
I'm not big on him overall. I do like a few of his songs. That man can sing. Man's got some chords.
Anyway, it was just fucking awful. JT, am I saying that right? JT.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Good dancer. Seems like a great guy, but is an awful. I don't really like any of his songs.
I can get with some of his songs.
Okay. I don't really like that look
they're
you're giving
they're
me while
kinda,
you're saying you can get with it.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Okay. That song's alright. Maybe an 06.
I don't know about awful. I don't know about being awful. I just don't think it wasn't that great as some people say. And some people are saying it was completely awful. I'm like, all right, come on. It wasn't as bad as you make it seem.
Yeah.
I see the next question up on the list.
Next question is kind of like JT. I don't have a clue who he's dating, but who is...
Isn't he married to Jessica Biel?
Is Jessica Biel with the big mouth?
I wouldn't say she has that... Yeah.
I'd say
it's wide. I don't think it's big. I'd say it's wide.
Made fun of Jessica Biel.
Nobody's safe from Family Guy.
All right, who is the best celebrity couple? Question 3.
Best celebrity couple. Well, I can't say Chris Pratt and Anna Farts anymore.
I'm not a huge Anna Faris fan. I think Chris Pratt could have done a lot better.
Did
you see A-Rod?
Does Eric Foreman and Donna Pinciotti count?
No, because I don't have a fucking clue who you just said.
You don't know that 70s show?
Oh, yeah. Which one's that?
No.
I'm not a huge that 70s show fan.
I'll say this, because my favorite couple comes from that show. Well, they're one. I kind of like a 1A, 1B type deal.
There's another couple from that show.
No, but the couples have ties. So, I'm a big Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis fan. And then I'm also Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell. Mila and Kristen starred in Bad Moms and Bad Moms 2, the Christmas movie there. They're good friends.
Yep.
So those two are.
I like Bad
Moms. Those two are like my pantheon. I feel like of celebrity couples.
Did you see A-Rod yesterday? J-Lo was performing. It was like the Patriots thing, and well,
she was wearing like Yankee garb.
A-Rod was like the only one in the upper deck. Just watching her, it was so weird.
That's the way to do it.
A-Rod and J-Lo are not my top.
Let your woman hold the stage. So who do you got then? You're a Jay-Z and Beyonce guy, aren't you?
No. I am not a Selena Gomez Bieber fan.
I don't think anyone is.
No, who
Even their
cares?
families are. Like, what does that say about that?
Top celebrity couple. Dude, I don't know. Blah, 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 Pam and Jim.
No. If you want to give me Eric and Don, I'm not giving you that.
Oh, is that the couple on the show you were talking about?
No. Those two in real
Literally,
life.
Paul, I have no idea what you're talking about, that 70s show.
I'm disappointed. Just so who do you got then as your celebrity?
You know what? I'll go A-Rod and J-Lo.
Why you always lying? Why you
A-Rod
always
and J-Lo.
lying? My God.
All right, Paul, question 4.
Question 4. My choice of question. Nick, are you ready for this terrible, tough question? We have long debated about the hot dog being a sandwich. I pose to you this question. Is chili a soup?
Yes.
Interesting.
You don't think so?
Why? I want your reasons why.
Because you use a spoon and you get out of a bowl.
Same with ice cream.
True. Same with cereal.
I don't think chili's a soup, per se.
What do you
However, you do cook it the same way you do a soup. Similar ingredients. I will say this. I'd say it leans more towards a stew, if anything else.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know, I agree with you on this.
Nice. I like that. I like when we agree.
Yeah, I don't think that's really good for the show, though.
It's
All
a really
right.
great debate.
Chili is a stew.
Soup/stew. Take that to the bank.
Question 5.
Yeah.
Final question of the day.
Dun 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 dun.
Beer pong or flip cup?
Flip cup, no question.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you're the one who loves playing beer pong, though, man.
I do.
As much as you love playing flip cup, anytime
You
we
know,
do,
like, I'm a great flip cup player. Like, if you had to do it like baseball terms, I'm a major leaguer in flip cup. If I'm beer pong, I'm AAA. Like, I'm that close to being a major leaguer in beer pong.
like a quad A, if anything. If we're
Quad A.
yeah, that person who gets called up. But
You're a
gets something
chesties
and-
guy.
Well, chesties is a different story.
If you don't know what, I'm assuming you guys know what flip cup and beer pong are, but chesties is like, I don't really know what you call it. It's got, you can add flip cup in it. It's got the pong, but the only way you can get the ball into the cup, you have to bounce the ball, or one of your partners has to bounce the ball off the table, and the only way your other partner can get in the cup is using your chest to bounce it in. And Paul was the king. He just locked that ball in between his tits, and that shit just dropped in. He was the GOAT.
I just knew how to, get it like up and keep it level, so that way you can have enough time to kind of direct it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you got to do it if you know you're not a woman.
Yeah, but we're both flip cup players here. And Paul, let's hear your final take.
So I'm gonna take time for my final take, not really do a final take. I want to do this final take in a different sort of fashion here. We hope, obviously, you enjoyed this first edition of the Fresh Takes podcast.
We hope to get better.
Obviously. So I'm gonna take this time. I'm gonna allow Nick to have some for. I'm pretty much on all social media accounts as Paul Russo, except like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm pretty sure too. I don't know.
You're Paul Russo 32, right?
Paul Russo 32 on pretty much everything except Facebook, where I'm just regular Paul Russo. Follow me on there. We can hopefully have some discussion about the shows. Get it to you quicker that way. Give us ideas. Let us know what you think.
On
Obviously, it's
Snapchat.
gonna be hilarious commentary about how terrible we did on this first one.
Oh, yeah.
But that's beside
This
the
is
point.
really
Nick, let the people know your info.
Okay, my info is NickFelice21 on Instagram and Snapchat. It is NickyFresh21. Nicky Fresh with a Y on Twitter. And, yeah, I'm on my social medias. I'm rarely ever serious.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say. I know my social media, I get funny, serious, somewhere in the middle every now and then. Some days I go, some weeks I don't tweet at all.
He's a 5-star man.
Other weeks I tweet a lot. So
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. The podcast you can find for sure at the moment on YouTube. We'll get out to which channel are we putting it up on? Are we putting it up on yours?
Yes. Keep talking. Let me figure it out.
And then hopefully I got a count too. We'll probably put it up on mine maybe to start.
it will be on all our social medias.
We'll get it up on there. We'll get it up on YouTube. We'll link it up to our social media accounts. Nick's getting the info up right now. Nick, what do you got?
My channel is right now. It's Nicholas Felice.
Same thing with mine.
Trying to get a job.
Mine's
so I'm
Paul
being
Russo,
business
so we can
casual.
keep it professional.
Nicholas Felice. It's the first video I'm going to put up. Audio, video.
Same thing. Hopefully when it gets sent to me. We're not too sure how we're really going to do this because we're doing this in the same place right now.
Mm-hmm. We'll find a way.
We'll find a way. We live about 3.5 hours apart right now most of the time.
Yes.
We're both
Paul lives
from the
here
same
in
town.
Seneca Falls, New York.
That's where I live and work. Good times.
I live. I don't work in New Paltz,
Change
New
it,
York.
man. Change it. But so we'll figure out a way to do this. We don't know how often we'll do it. Hopefully we can do this once a week, maybe once every other week. Well, obviously, it's kind of not to sound, at least in the sports world, bad. It's kind of a dead time. I won't say a dead time, but obviously we're recording this Monday, February 5th. Super Bowl was yesterday. Congrats, by the way, you Eagles fans.
Monday might not be our total date. We might do something.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
We're still figuring.
Hopefully
We're
we
getting
do
the
this
kinks.
once a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's a relatively dead time. Probably hot stuff wise. I know the NBA trade deadline's coming up. I'm sure we'll have some stuff to discuss there.
Yep.
Baseball starting up here in 9 days. Pitchers and catchers report.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 8 tomorrow, obviously, 9 today. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're baseball fans. I'm also a NASCAR fan. So that starts up this weekend with the Clash.
I am also a judo fan. Judo?
Judo wrestling.
Big fan.
Nice. So yeah,
Winter Olympics coming up.
So nice. We'll have obviously a lot to talk about as the summer kicks up and spring kicks up because we're both pretty big baseball fans and we can discuss pretty much everywhere.
And like we said, we're going to be discussing everything.
So hopefully, we structured this pretty hard for our first one to get, keep ourselves in mind. We'll work out some kinks here obviously as it goes on. I like their first episode. Nick, what do you think?
I always tell myself I can do better.
Well, obviously, but what do you think about the first episode though? It's our first maiden voyage on this ship.
Honestly,
Yeah.
scale 1 to 10,
Yeah.
I'd say it's about a cornflake.
So you put it at a 10 out of 10?
That was an awful joke. Oh,
I see you.
God,
I see you.
Terrible. It
All right,
was a
guys.
10. It was a 10.
All right, guys. So let's wrap it up for the night. For Nikki Fresh, Nick Felice, I'm Paul Russo. Hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next time on Fresh Takes.
We're signing off.
See ya.
Closing music.
Edit it in.
We got to do some editing. We got to do it.
Yeah.